So, in the cafe here, found a little corner. I'm waiting. So, taking my own advice and using it to do some drawing. And I'm just looking at the colours, really, and it really helps to see colours if you squint your eyes. It helps to blur out the detail. Squinting your eyes helps for all sorts. It helps you to see the shadows, the darks, the lights, tell you what you're looking for. And I'm using a piece of eco-print paper that didn't quite work as my background, and I'm not looking to do a representational drawing. I'm just looking at colours and shapes. I'll come a little bit further on here, but you know, it looks mostly browns, doesn't it? The brick wall, and then we've got the highlights of the greens and the yellows. But there's quite a lot of purple in there as far as I'm concerned, and I want to bring a bit of life into it. So it's a bit of a fauvist concept, bringing that brightness in. So yeah, there we go. We're getting a bit more interesting now. Yeah, here we are. You can see I'm just filling in colours with those pastels. They don't necessarily blend or connect. They may never. And so I'm working around the edges of that tree trunk with a pencil. And really those colours are in that tree trunk. Just not showing now. You can see sort of the bluish light coming down the middle. There's it. And slightly orangish around the edge there, the orangeness. Purpley black colouring going on there. Now this blue here, I want to send that back a bit. It's on the same value as the blue on the trunk, so they're both, there's no depth to it, so I'm going to try and tone that down a bit just to move it back in the picture by adding a bit of grey, or I've got some green in my hand at the moment. Let's see what happens. So here we are. Yeah, that window's gone back. I put some blue on it, a darker blue. Just toned it down, and I've used some more pencil in it. Faded it down, and then moving it back as well by bringing branches over the front a bit. Yeah. I like it, I like it. Nice colours, lovely and bright. Here we are. So I'm not putting all the branches in. I'm just choosing a few branches that feel right on my composition. I tend not to think about it too much. I think the more practice you have, the more intuitive the process gets. You kind of know where the lines need to go for the picture to work. With the oil pastels, you can actually scrape them off again. If they get too thick, which they can do, you can scrape it back. For example, here, there's quite a lot of oil pastel on here. It's just starting to slip around, and I can't really add any more colour to it. So if I wanted to, I can scrape it off and start building up again. Bit of structure in there. I think I might be done actually. I've taken the general ideas and made my own composition out of it, because in a way a small piece of paper I'd have had to work a lot smaller to get more of an accurate representation and the amount of space between the tree and the building, all that kind of thing. So you can see how that's been interpreted, and that's what we really want to do. We have so much, well, from my point of view anyway, if I want to take a realistic impression of that, I'll take a photograph. I'm not saying anything against real photorealism. It's very impressive. Yeah, but I prefer to do something more an impression. This isn't impressionist, is it fauvist? I don't know. Not so good on categories, but here it is. Let's see, if I do fiddle a bit more, I'll carry on with the video. Yeah, done a few more leaves here. Oh, there we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it's helpful. Some zoom ins. You see, it's quite imprecise because these are just, well, pastels. And here they are. That's what they look like, my little pile. Broken up bits, and old bits. That's what I'm using. If I want a bit more of a fine edge, I'll tend to go around it with a pencil. Here's the end now. I have just gone around the leaves with some pencil. Not sure if I prefer it with or without.